Hey guys, Jerry here, and welcome back to GregTech. Last time we finally defeated the Ender Dragon all after a very long fight. Like, it was ridiculous how much of a chicken he was. But yeah, now that's stuff behind us, we have access to the end. We have access to get out of the end again, so we can punch this sign off of our notice board here. And then, since we have this many levels, like I'm level 74 at the moment, that's a lot of experience to carry around, so I kind of want to consume some of it. And I finally managed to wear these two pickaxes here down enough that I can combine them into one, and then get this one super pickaxe. Fortune 3, Unbreaking 3, and Efficiency 5, that's pretty much like the best you can ever get. So, I'm gonna do that. I'm wondering if I should also rename it now that I finally have a really good pickaxe. Rename it is it's a one-time cost, and then every time you repair it, it'll keep its name without this really being more expensive. So, yeah, what should I name it then? That's the question. Again, I mentioned back in the prologue that I would like to, you know, actually I can't even afford to rename it. I mentioned back in the prologue that I wanted to like name some buildings and such after people, but we haven't really built that many buildings yet. We have the mob trap, which could use a name, I guess. We have this big workshop here, which I think is just gonna have to be called my workshop pretty much, otherwise I'm gonna get very confused. But yeah, having this pickaxe here, Fortune 3 and Unbreaking 3 as well, that's fantastic. I love that. That's going to be a huge help to us. So, let's see. Now, since we're back, I've actually been back to the Nether a couple of times in order to, let me see, over here in this chest, get a bunch of endstone. And this endstone I have refined into helium, so we have a bunch of helium now. You can see 16 endstone dust gives you 1 helium cell and 1 helium-free cell. And the helium-free is used for fusion reactors, whereas the helium is just used for the coolant stuff that we've been doing so far. So, with all the helium that we have now, I should technically be able to make a mining laser. So, why don't we just get started on that? So, I need a 60k helium cell, and I need it all the way up to 360k. So, I need, how many of these do I need? I need 6. I need to make 6. So, 5, 6. And then a shit ton of plates. Sorry for the language there, but I really do need a lot of plates to make this. That's not right. Did I take the wrong helium? I did. Oh, that's great, that's great. Let's quickly swap that around again. 6, there we are. And then try this again with the correct stuff. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Alright, and in order to upgrade these, I need another 6 tin plates. So I need these arranged like this. We toss these in here. That's 1. And 1 more. And now we finally need to combine these two. Tin plates and a dense copper plate. Now I have prepared a dense copper plate. The question is whether I can find it. There we are. Oh, that's easy enough. So one of those there, one there, there, and there we go. 360k helium coolant cell. So now we need 2 titanium plates. We need an energy crystal. We need an advanced circuit, 2 advanced alloy, and a ruby lens or a red garnet lens. Now these lenses, they're made from cutting blocks. And while we do have a lot of rubies, we also have a lot of red garnets. And I think the rubies are more valuable to us than the garnets are. So I'm going to compress these into a block. Shouldn't take too long. I've made some sandstone here because I had a bunch of excess sand. Can you actually do anything fun with this? You can macerate it back into sand. That's not very helpful. Well, it's just a building material. All right. Well, with that out of the way, we should have a block of red garnet. Yeah, beautiful thing here. Now, if we take this into the plate cutting machine, we should get out 9 red garnet plates. And these red garnet plates, we can put one of them into the lathe, and thus make a lens. So there we are. And if we go over here to the lathe, Hold on, I should not right-click with plates. I should have learned that by now. There we go. Small pile of red garnet dust. It actually doesn't use a lot of red garnet at all. Like I could cross the rest of these up into dust and pretty much end up with the same amount of dust that I had before. But just for the sake of being consistent, let's keep this. Red garnet lens. We need an energy crystal, sorry. Do we have one of those? Yes, we do. Now, do we have advanced alloy plates? Yes, we do. And do we have titanium plates? No, we don't. But we should have ready-made titanium, so it's just a matter of bending this to our will. And that's a really, really quick process. So that should, once we have 2 of these. Also, I also discovered a neat little trick here. If you say recipe here and shift-click here, as long as it doesn't use something like these energy crystals that actually don't work in any sort of auto-crafting, you should be able to just shift-click and the recipe pops in. But then again, I don't have my circuit on me, so that might be why it didn't pop in. Nope. Alright, let's just do it manually then. Lens, power cell, advanced alloys, and mining laser. Now this thing is fun. Let us charge it up. Get a good bit of charge in here, and then we can go play a bit with it. The mining laser is also used for 2 or 3 different things. It's used for the thermal centrifuge. And I think it also used for the quarry, but the quarry is not showing up here. Recipe. Nope. What? The quarry only uses a diamond drill? Huh. Well, isn't that a blessing? Steel gears, easy enough. Gold gears, diamond gears, easy enough. Advanced circuit, easy enough. I could have made a quarry a long time ago. Damn. Anyway, we have a mining laser. I'm not gonna keep this in my hand when opening doors. That's a mistake I've made once before. I'm gonna try not to make it again. So, let's go a bit away from our base here and then see here. If I hold down M and right click, that's not the button. Hold on, I need to check my controls here. Let's see. Industrial craft mode switch key is O. Alright, I've changed it apparently. So, there's low focus, there's long range, horizontal, superheat, scatter, explosive, and mining. Now, the mining is the default one. Basically, you shoot with it, and it goes through a couple of blocks and lights trees on fire. So this can quickly become a problem, as you can see, if I don't want to burn down, at least. If we swap mode again to low focus, you can see it mines 1 block, drops that block, and then doesn't penetrate any further. How did I hit that pig? Must have been a bit of internal lag or something there, because I could not imagine, like, I didn't hit that pig. If we go through the next one here, long range. Basically, this mode is long range. It goes through a lot of stuff. Oh god, can we get rid of these flames already? Like, I'm done with these flames already. Come on. So the long range basically mines a long distance away. So like if I stand over here and just shoot into the wall, you can see it mines quite a distance here. The long range, of course, can go in other directions, which can lead to these little funny setups there. Horizontal can only go horizontal, so if I aim like this, it'll make a perfectly straight line. If I aim like this, it'll still make a perfectly straight line, although like it'll stay on the same horizontal level. See, we're just following the long range one now. Yeah, okay, this is how far in the long range one went. Just to kind of give you guys an idea of the power of it. Next mode, superheat. It basically cooks the stuff that it hits, so we can get smooth stone by just shooting with superheat. This uses a lot of power, but it's quite a good way to get some smooth stone if you just need a couple of pieces for a recipe or something. And scatter. Scatter is the most horrible or fantastic thing you've ever seen. I'm glad I'm not gonna need this mountain again, because it makes a bloody mess. Like you can see, these little beams here, they've been scattering around in a big sort of weird pattern here. They've even triggered a skeleton to taunt me, apparently. or taunted a skeleton to attack me, I don't know. But yeah, if we then shoot again with the scatter, you can just see just how much it is. Basically, if you were like a little 1x1 thing, and you could walk inside these little holes, it would be a very good way to find out if there's any ores or such nearby. But as you can see, it makes a mess. And finally, explosive. It's kind of self-explanatory, but you know, just for consistency's sake. Pew! Makes a big hole. This mining laser here is also a rather decent weapon, actually. But you can see it makes an awful mess when you try to use the more advanced modes on it. But on the plus side, it's pretty good for making holes. Like if you just need to dig out a big hole, then just explosive mode and shoot a couple of times. It's also good for leveling mountains, that sort of stuff. So a lot of uses. And we've now made another mob trap in here, pretty much. It's gonna take a couple of good shots with the low focus here to clean up, if we want like access to all the stuff. But yeah, the low focus one is the sort of reliable one. That's low power, low penetration, but very easy to aim with, and it gets the job done in a reasonable fashion without, you know, making a major mess. There's one thing I need to show as well. If we take the superheat, let me just quickly find it again, we can get an iron bar or iron ingot directly from ores here. So again, if you're stuck in a hole somewhere and the only tool is your mining laser, then you're not completely screwed. But yeah, the low focus default setting, for me at least, it's the old trusty, old reliable. Very good thing to have. So yeah, we have a mining laser now thanks to our rich assortment of helium obtained from the end. We can also make a bunch more overclock upgrades. We can potentially make a bunch of oh, good, the fire's gone. Let us actually use this first weapon for a bit, because that's this guy here. Look at this fucker. There we go. Needs a headshot. Ow, that's not nice. Okay, it doesn't appear that accurate, but then again, like if I really have to shoot to do headshots all the time, then it might not be that good of a weapon. But at least the explosive mode does a bunch of damage. I'm not actually sure if the bolt does any extra damage or it's just the fire, but at least good old-fashioned sword works. But yeah, the mining laser, a lot of fun. It uses a lot of power. As you can see, we've used, like just playing with it, we've used a third of the capacity in it. It hasn't charged from a backpack for some reason. I'm not quite sure if it even can. Like this is a tier 3 thing and our backpack's only a tier 1, so we might need to have them match in order for it to charge. That would make some sense, at least, if that was the case. But yeah, it's definitely a tool you don't want to hold while you're trying to right-click a door or something to get in, because if that happens, then if you just so happen to have a couple of tanks of oil on the outside and it fires off because you clicked the door, or if you had a pressure plate there, you just shoot your tanks and you lose all the oil. Totally not speaking out of experience there. It wasn't fun. Let's put these in there. And we have a bunch of cobblestone. Do we have? Yeah, we have the engine running here. Smash this all up. I'm trying to get a bunch more flint so we can keep making more dynamite here. I've been making a bunch of industrial TNT because I want to have a supply of it. So yeah, you can see the mob trap's actually giving quite a nice output here. I've been using a lot of the gunpowder. I forgot when I went to the end that I could have taken the arrows from over here. I completely forgot there was arrows to be found here, so that was my mistake. It would have made the fight a bit easier. What would have made the fight even easier was if I'd just focused on the last of the damned protective like healing things from the start, but I didn't because I'm stupid. Alright, so now the mining laser is done. I'm wondering, should I then just now make a quarry instead, since I can make it without a mining laser? Like the version of GregTech that I know, I needed a mining laser to make a quarry. But apparently that was nerfed to just a diamond drill. Now a quarry, it's not really like because I need a quarry. I don't really need one. I have all the ores I could ever want. If we just look in this chest here, all of this stuff is ores that I have mined myself. We have 2 full rows of copper almost. We have not that much lead, but I've been using it a lot to get silver from. We even have we have galena ore, we have bauxite ore, we have tetrahedrite, sodalite ore from the end. This sort of stuff you toss in here and you get a bunch of sodalite dust, which can be used in place of lapis in almost all recipes. It's the blue dye pretty much. It's the blue dye half of yeah. So everything that needs blue dye, a lot of lamps. And I think the sodalite dust does the same, yeah. I don't think there's much else. You can get sodium from it. That's kind of useful. You can get quite a bit of aluminium out of it actually, so you don't have to mine bauxite. That's, I guess, one good way to use it. And we have a lot of this tungstate ore, which you can grind with either with mercury or with water. And if you grind with mercury, you get a full silver dust. So not really that great actually to sacrifice the mercury on. I think mercury could be used much better in like grinding gold or something where you get a full extra gold. So let's take a bunch of this and toss in here, and then I'll just get some water cells here. We need 17 of these. So do I have some empty cells? 10 of them. I still need to somehow incorporate a an infinite water source over here. I think I might just put one in the floor right here. Yeah, let's just put one here. So we take these, my builder's backpack, grab these little things up. There we are. Now we just need 2 buckets of water. Do I have any buckets on me? Nope, I left them over here in the entrance. Like, this is something I've been putting off for way too long. Like, I need a water source in there of some description. So let's get 2 buckets here and find some water. I think the closest water is actually in the basement here still. So we're just gonna keep using that. There we are. I also need to really start some, some automatic farming and harvesting and such. InventoryTweaks has a method for doing this. It's actually quite interesting, and it also allows you to get a couple of crossbred plants. GregTech even expands upon it. You can get plants that make the different minerals and such. So if we just fill these up. 14, there we are. Not the mining laser. Toss that in there, and we should get purified tungstate ore, which you can universally macerate to get a bit of silver and some tungstate dust, which you can then centrifuge to get an extra bit of silver, and you get tungstate dust, which you can then electrolyze again to get tungsten and lithium. 2 very, very fantastic things. So let us actually toss this into the macerator immediately and, get this working. Now, you might have noticed earlier that I had a battery in the compressor here, and that is because when this machine is running, and maybe this machine as well, there's not enough power left to actually power the compressor here, so I figured since the compressor is so cheap to work, might as well just toss a battery in here and use that. I could do the same with the extractor, but I don't really use that often. Basically, this thing has been almost entirely supplanted by this one. And again, for making biofuel, I have the setup downstairs, so that's really all I need. But yeah, I think the remainder of this episode is gonna be dedicated to making... Again, this episode... I need to try and not make these episodes so long. I don't know what you guys think about the episode length. Am I going too long when I go 24 minutes, or would it be better if I try to keep it below 20? I really don't know. My analytics tell me that pretty much all the episodes get watched about equally, so I assume that you guys are happy with my episode length. But by all means, if you have any sort of objections or any sort of input as to what I should do differently with them, by all means put it in the comments so I can react to it. If the episodes get dragged on a bit too long, like I tend to sort of go in circles with my commentary and I don't know what to say, and then I start a project and then I can't finish it before the end, and then I feel bad, and then I want to finish it, and you know, it's a mess. So if you guys could help me out and say just, okay, how long episodes do you prefer, then that would be brilliant. But I think I am going to end this one here. We've had a lot of fun with the mining laser. Pew pew! I'm not going to shoot it in here. I think that's a pretty, like, that's a good standalone episode, and then I think next time we're going to focus on getting a redstone signal over to that thing, even if I have to manually put down each piece of redstone. I'm probably going to do that, actually. Just have a piece of just have a signal going across the poles there. Yeah, I'm going to do that next episode. And then we're also going to work on making an MFSU, so we can have a larger power storage. So that's going to be next time. So until then, I'm Jerry, this has been GregTech, and I really hope you enjoyed. Bye!